Well, today we are on celebration, which I actually feel the celebration in me and the joy of getting to talk about celebration as a spiritual practice. Because not only do I love a good party, I love a good party, love a good celebration, but I think that as I've learned and thought more about the person of Jesus, I have thought about how he really would have been a celebratory person and a very joyful person. And I think joy and celebration go hand in hand in my brain. They're very, very close. And something I recently realized is that I don't often engage with the humanity of Jesus. It's really easy for me to read the gospel and to read about the person of Jesus and really totally focus on his divinity, which is a great thing to focus on. It's awesome. But as we think about the reality of Jesus being fully human and fully divine, I realize I don't think about the human side of Jesus very often. And as I've just kind of been in different time with the Lord and praying and just even some imaginative scripture reading that I've been doing, that has been the loudest thing that has shown through is the joy that Jesus would have exuded. I think of the Sermon on the Mount, and when he would have been giving this to this sermon to this group of people, how much he was probably laughing as he was giving it, because so many of the analogies and things that he said were kind of culturally jokes of things that he would have said a line, and I just feel like he would have been laughing, and everyone would have been laughing with him of this receiving of, no way, is he really saying that? That's so funny to think of. But I think that as I think of the person of Jesus and I think of how he would have been someone who exuded joy, it's something that I as a person want to model. And so sorry, I just talked for a little bit. Any thoughts on any of that, or have humanity of Jesus, even how have you interacted with that, maybe in line in thinking about anxiety to joy?
No, I love that. Dallas Willard, who we quote all the time at our church, said exactly what you said. Jesus was the most joyous being in the universe, which is not what I have typically thought of as Jesus. I grew up in a church where we were, it was a great church, but so stuffy and tuck in your shirt, don't talk too loud, and
reverent,
high on the reverence scale. And you even see pictures of Jesus which were just super sad and somber, which again is a piece of it, right? A big piece of it. But to think of Jesus as laughing is just makes me happy. And I've talked about this before, but him being with children and them just wanting to be with him. I've said it before, but kids do not like grumpy people. They don't like overly serious people. They like warmth, gentleness, and silliness. And so the fact that they wanted to be with him probably alludes to he was probably a little silly, probably a little warm and fun. And so, like you said, from anxiety to joy, it's not saying anything smart by saying we live in a culture of anxiety right now. It's an epidemic. And so for us to practice the releasing of letting go and somehow embracing this relaxed, silly, fun nature of Jesus, I think is more relevant than ever. So
And I think that as I think of practically in my life, as I engage with people and really try to cultivate a sense of celebration in me as a person, one of the things that's been most helpful for me is thinking about how can I celebrate the people around me in really practical ways, with my words, with a text message, and even just listening as the Spirit prompts. That if I, watch something that a friend, that a friend does, or something they thing they put out on social media or something like that, that encourages me to actually send a text and say, that was so incredible. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for saying that, or thank you for doing that, or celebrating with and being with people in their wins. I think that I know a lot of my people in my circle who are really great with being with me in the hard things. I'm really, really grateful for that. But I think sometimes I can feel alone in some of my celebratory moments. And so really just trying to think, how can I be a person that when I see someone doing life and even just doing the practical, but doing it so well, how can I celebrate them in very tangible ways?
That's good.
Is that easy for you, hard for you? As you think, even
no, it's super hard. I'm a pretty self-centered person. I'm constantly thinking about myself, and I just miss those moments a lot of times. And I'm just not thinking about it. I was thinking about, as you were talking about that, one of our coworkers on staff here, Mark Mornishi, shout out to you, Mark. He is great at this, and we're really good buddies. And there was a moment around my birthday. I remember he showed up at my house, and he had just he knew it was my birthday, which I don't even know people like. I'm not even aware of that kind of stuff, which just says a lot about me. But he showed up and he had he bought me this hat and he found me coffee. He had been on a road trip, and that was just a small gift. But of course, as we always say, it was he was the thought. He was thinking of me. He wanted to celebrate me, and that's so meaningful. And you're right. One of the most encouraging things for me in my life is when someone acknowledges when I've done something well. It just means so much to my heart that, oh, thank you for seeing that. So I love that. I'm not very good at it.
Man, and I think, as I think of all the disciplines that we have talked about these past few weeks, something that just stands out is how so much of it is cultivating a sense of noticing and awareness in our spirit. That as we have eyes to see the people around us, we see opportunities to celebrate people. We see the hurting people that we just step into, and we see God on the move in so many different ways. So my encouragement for you just this week as you go out is ask for an opportunity to notice how you can celebrate someone. Is there something small, practical? It doesn't have to be big and extravagant. It can be so small and practical, like a text message. But try to think through that. What's a way that you can cultivate a sense of noticing that this week as we enter into the week ahead?